This is a story from Indonesia, a country far, far away from here. If you want to go to Indonesia, you must go by airplane for 1 day and 1 night. This is a story about a child who did something terrible to his mother. Do you want to know what happened to him? Okay, so now listen carefully. Once upon a time, there was a young boy named MALIN Kundang. He lived with his mother near the sea. His father has died in the sea a long time ago. MALIN and his mother were poor, but they loved each other very much. They lived in a very simple house and wore simple clothes as well. Every day MALIN Kundang collected fish from the sea and his mother dried them on the beach and later sold them in the market. It so happened that one day MALIN fell down and hurt his right hand. This left a mark that only him and his mother would know about. MALIN grew into a strong and handsome young man. He caught more and more fish every day, while his mother grew older and older. One night in the kitchen, MALIN said to his mother, "I want to go to the other island." "What for, my son?" asked his mother. "I want that one day I return home with a lot of money to take care of you when you are older," said MALIN. Although she was worried and did not want him to go, but the mother finally walked him to the beach. "My son, if you are successful and become a rich person, promise me that you will not forget your mother and also your village," said his mother. "Yes, mother, I promise," said MALIN, and then he left. Far and far away from home in the other island, MALIN worked hard by saving his money bit by bit. Over the years, MALIN bought this first boat and then a big ship, and finally he has a lot of ships and a lot of money. When marrying a beautiful Indian princess, MALIN said, "I was born in a noble family. My name is Goldrich." From then on, he is known as Master Goldrich, a noble man born from a noble family. No one knows, and he never told anyone, that actually he has a poor mother, an old woman who dried fish on the beach. MALIN has intentionally forgotten his mother, and he also forgotten his village. Meanwhile, back in the village and a small faraway island, a mother meets her son. "Oh, my son, what has happened to you? Where are you now?" the old woman cried as she looked at the sea. Every day she watched at the beach while praying for his son to be safe, rich, and to grow into a good man. She waited years after years, but there was no news about her son, never any news for her. Tired of waiting, the old woman grew weaker and weaker. Living all alone, the poor old woman is so sad. She got ill and no one is taking care of her. One bright and shiny day, a neighbor hurried to the old woman's dying bed. "Grandma, there is a big ship arriving at the port. The owner is a rich man named Master Goldrich," said the neighbor. "Come along, Grandma. Everyone in the village is welcoming the noble Master Goldrich," she said. With great difficulty, the old woman came to the port, and when the Master Goldrich waved his hand to welcome the villagers, the woman saw the mark at his right hand. "Thank God!" shouted the old woman happily. "MALIN, my son, he's returned home to me as he promised," and then she hurried home. At home, the old woman prepared his son's favorite food, steamed rice and dried fish. She put on her tattered blouse and his scarf, and then hurried back to the port. The news of his son coming home has cured her from the illness. At the port, the woman stood by the big ship and shouted, "MALIN, my son, welcome home. This is your mother. I bring your favorite food for you, steamed rice and dried fish." She was so glad. Her eyes was full of tears of happiness. In the meantime, on board the big ship, the princess who heard the old woman asked, "My dear husband, who is that old woman wearing tattered clothes at the port?" "She said she is your mother and is bringing food for you." The Master Goldrich was ashamed that his mother is a poor woman from a fishing village. He said curtly, "No, she is not my mother, and I do not come from his poor village." He went to the stern and shouted, "Go away, old woman, I don't know you." Of course this was not true. Malin has broken his promise. The old woman fell down and cried so bad. But I know you are my son, Malin. That mark in your hand is the proof, said the woman in sorrow. Master Gertrude shouted back, "Go away, old woman. You are not my mother. Go away." All of a sudden, as soon as the old woman's tears touched the ground, the sky turned black and blare, blare, blare. Thunder lightning struck again and again. For the whole night there was pouring rain and thunderstorm. Everyone went home taking cover and no one knew what happened at the park. In the morning, the sun was shining again ever so brightly. But where is the big ship? Everyone was asking to one another. There was no big ship. Instead, there was a huge black rock that looked like a ship. The rock was not there last night, said one person. The ship and Master Goldrich has turned into a huge black rock, said the other. That was the end of the story of Malin Kundang, who broke her promise, betrayed his mother and himself. Until now, when there is a heavy rain in Indonesia, in between thunderstorms, you call hear Malin Kundang crying, asking forgiveness from his mother. And thank you very much. Bye bye.